Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason. We're in the kitchen today. Obviously, it's fall. Let's face it, it's just the way it is. Dreary, gloomy, cool fall, right? And so it's a really good time of the year, fall and winter it is, for soup. So Angela Kay's got a really nice lemon chicken orzo soup for you today. She's over here sauteing some vegetables, so let's let her take you home.
So in this Dutch oven, which you don't have to do a Dutch oven, but it cooks it better in a enamel cast iron Dutch oven. But I started with a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter, because for flavor and to bring up the smoke point. And I've had people ask me before what smoke point is. Smoke point is how hot the temperature can be before it starts smoking. Olive oil has a very low smoke point, so the temperature can be very low and olive oil will start smoking. Butter is the same way, but butter is a little higher than olive oil, so it will bring up the smoke point on the olive oil. So you can have your heat up a little higher. But in that, I put in 1.5 cups of carrots that I just diced, 1 cup of diced celery, and about 1/2 cup of diced onion. And I seasoned it with just salt and pepper, and now I'm just sauteing it just a little bit. You don't want to saute it until it's completely tender. Otherwise it will be mush in your soup, because it still has to cook for a little bit. So you just want to saute it for about 5 minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. Now we're going to add in about 4 cloves of garlic that I have you can either mince them up or you can grate them. I usually grate mine on a microplane, which is a very fine grater. And you just want to put that in and let it go just probably less than a minute until you start to smell it. And I'm already starting to smell it. You don't want to let it burn, so you don't want to saute it for too long. Burnt garlic will ruin your whole dish. So the minute it starts to smell fragrant, go ahead and move on to the next step. It's already smelling fragrant. So next you add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is just to help thicken it up. You don't want your soup really thick, but you do want it to be a little thicker, have a little bit of body to it. So you want to go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and stir it in. Get it all coating your vegetables till it looks like a paste around your vegetables. You want to let that cook for about a minute or so that raw flour taste will cook out, because you don't want that raw flour taste in your soup. Now to this, it's been about a minute, and to this we are going to add about 3/4 of a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And you want to rub it between your palms and let it fall out, because that will open up the oils in it and allow it to become fragrant again. You always want to do that with dried herbs. You want to rub it between your fingertips or between your palms to release the oils, to break it up and release oils again. Now to this, we are going to start adding our broth. And we are going to add 6 cups of chicken broth. You want to start with just a little bit, because you have got that flour in there and it will have a tendency to clump. So you want to start with just about 1/2 cup to 1 cup and stir it in, because you don't want the flour to clump. You don't want big lumps in your soup. You want it to be nice and smooth. So once you see that it's not clumping anymore, you want to also use your spoon and scrape anything that is stuck to the bottom of your pot. You want to scrape that up and see, you can see it's all getting nice and thick, but it's still smooth. So now you can add another cup or so. And just continue to stir this, to keep doing that 1 cup at a time until you add in all 6 cups. Now we have it at a nice bubble, and that's what you wanted. You wanted to get it to a nice bubble. And now you want to add probably about the equivalent of about 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can also use boneless, skinless thighs. This was 4 small ones for me. Most of the time it's about 3. This was 4 small ones for me. Now I am putting them in a hole. You guys have seen me do this before if you've been watching for a while. You can chop them up and put them in. But this is why I like to put them in whole. Cooking them whole in the soup releases so much more flavor into the soup than when they are cut up, because all the juices are going in there instead of going out on the cutting board. I will take them out and shred them later when they are done. And you get a much better texture with your chicken as well if you do it this way. But if you would rather put them in chopped up, go right ahead. Now, because chicken doesn't come off the chicken seasoned, I'm going to add a little bit more salt and pepper, because you want them to cook in very flavorful broth. And now you want to just let this cook. You want to put a lid on it, let it cook, because see, it's still at a bubble, so you want to turn it down to about medium low. You want it just to simmer with a lid on for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until your chicken breasts are done. It's been 15 minutes and I've used a thermometer and temped my chicken breast, and it's done. And it's going to slip out of my tongs. And I'm going to take it out and remove it to a plate so that I can shred it. Yes, you may get a few vegetables on there, it's fine. But you want to take all of the chicken out, because you want to shred it up. You don't want a whole piece of chicken in there. And now you're going to take this and shred it, and then you'll add it back to your soup.
Could you just cut it up if you wanted to, like chunk it or whatever?
Yeah, you can chunk it, or
okay.
You can chunk it, or you can shred it.
Okay.
Now, I've turned my heat back up because you want to bring it back up to more of a bubble. And now I'm adding in my shredded chicken. Minus about 2 pieces. Jason informed me that there was too much chicken.
Just 2 pieces too many. Somebody had to do something about it.
And he's always here to do something about it for me. Now I'm going to add a heaping cup of Orzo. Now
That's 1 cup.
Yeah, it's a heaping cup. I did measure it. Yeah. It is a little more than a cup, but not much.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who may not know what Orzo is, because some people may not, it is a rice-shaped pasta.
Yep.
And some people may ask, can you use rice here? You could, but it's going to absorb all your broth.
It's true.
And at this point, you want to taste it to see if you need to add some more salt and pepper. And I'm going to add just a little bit more, but you need to be very careful, because one of the next things you're going to add is lemon juice to make it lemon chicken and Orzo soup. And lemon, for those of you who may not know, lemon juice will bring up salty notes. So if you add too much salt now, when you add the lemon juice, it can become very salty very quick.
So better to add later than now. Like
yes.
If you taste it later, it's okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So now you want to let this cook until your Orzo is done, which takes usually about 8 minutes or so. And then we'll be back and I'll show you what we do next. Now my Orzo's done. Look how good that looks.
Looks great.
And it smells really good too.
Good hearty soup.
Now we're going to add the lemon. This is fresh squeezed lemon juice. This is the juice of 1 lemon, which for me was 2 tablespoons. Now I suggest if you don't like lemon that much, go ahead and pour in 1 tablespoon, taste it, see if you like it there.
You give it a chance to distribute. Yeah.
And then if you want more, add more.
Yep.
We like lemon pretty good around here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to taste it, but I can nearly bet you I'm going to add the other tablespoon. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add the other tablespoon.
So 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Gotcha.
You can use bottled, but it's going to be so much better with fresh.
If you use bottled, be careful because it's concentrated and it's probably stronger, right?
Yes. It's going to be so much better with fresh. It's going to have so much more flavor. Remember, at this point, you want to taste it for salt and pepper because, like I said, lemon brings up salty notes.
But it could take more pepper.
But it could take more pepper. But I've added a lot of pepper, so it could be fine with that as well.
It's all what you like.
Yep.
All right, here's this beautiful, beautiful bite. It's still fairly hot. But it tastes so good. So amazing. Dripped a little in my hand, sorry. But it's so delicious. It wasn't that hot. It's so tasty. Angela did the perfect amount of lemon because if it's a lemon chicken soup, kind of want some lemon flavor, right? She got it. It's awesome because you don't want it to overpower, but you want it to be there, and that's exactly what it is. It was so delicious. So it's gonna be hearty, warm. If you got a really cold day, maybe you just love a warm soup. It's awesome. We are going to probably serve that with some with a little bit of Parmesan and some olive oil on top of it. I just wanted to taste it like that, just plain for this, just so you can get a good feel for how the soup tastes without anything else on there. It's amazing. Such a perfect soup. It's probably going to be 2 nights for Angela and I. It's just 2 of us. So soups and chilies are wonderful for us to use this time of year. Get 2 meals out of 1 cooking session. So great amount of vegetables, chicken, great flavor. It's really a great different kind of soup. If you get tired of your basic stuff, this is not basic, but it's still stinking delicious. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason. That's Angela Kay. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.